Why, hello, guess what? That's right, crew. Your fearless leader is back. I'd like to apologize. I had to deal with a few things. Unfortunately, I had a death in the family, and kind of had to focus on that. And then Mother's Day came up and, had to go and make sure that she was good to go. But I'm back. That's right. I'm back. We're full throttle. Let's rock and roll. C. Wynn is here in the building. That's right. Chris Wynn, the Emma Energy Master, Allah, in the house. You don't think I'd just come back from a hiatus and not give you something special?
I got something for their ass. Check this out. High level magic. Poof. The views and opinions expressed in this program are strictly those of the hosts and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of associated brands or figures. Some content may not be appropriate for sensitive listeners. Poof.
Man, that shook Dexter.
No more pepper and smoke bombs and shit. It's just going straight in your subconscious.
Bam. Eyes and ears open.
And mouth and nose, head, shoulders, knees, and toes. You can tell I have a almost 2-year-old at home.
Man, do you do they watch Coco Melon at all?
Occasionally.
Do you whinge anytime you hear the intro?
It's weird. Everything about Coco Melon is weird, and I think my daughter realizes it's weird. So unless somebody just puts it on, because she finds her way to everything she likes to watch. So unless somebody intentionally puts on Coco Melon, I think she thinks it's weird too.
Callie is a very unique individual. I love my niece, man. She's gonna do amazing things in this life. But yeah, how's it going there, crew? Your beloved captain is back. By the way, I'm working on a few things, gonna make some changes. Channel name's probably gonna change. Gonna get a new little avatar up there, but it's still same bat time, same bat channel. So don't worry about it, okay? Don't get weird on me. You see a change and you're like, oh god, who's this? It's the same weirdo that you love, all right? It's that same velvety baritone bot that you all love. All right, I'm right here. I'm not going nowhere. Saving the world, though, is a lot of work. And remaining discreet while saving the world is even harder, okay? And when you're trying to save the world starting in the hood, very difficult. Not impossible, but I love a challenge. Shout outs to our District 3 Commissioner, by the way, Miss Elaine H. Lucas. I'm looking forward to working with you in the very near future. We're going to change things, all right? So, guys, I know y'all love it when I delve into the internet, because, I'm fascinated by Earth culture. I'm fascinated by the human experience, mostly because I just can't relate most times. But, I do love reading about it. I do love experiencing it by proxy, and I do love getting to judge it a little bit, give my opinion on it. So, went to my favorite little bit of Reddit. Everyone's favorite, I think, so far, whenever I go into it, okay? We're gonna go into that today. We're gonna take a cruise through that, show you a few things. We're gonna talk about it. And hell, at the end of the episode, we actually got some critique. As a true leader takes critique. And I love critique, okay? And there was actually a crewman, a member of our crew, who had a bit of a not even a dispute, but had some concerns about maybe a lack of nuance in a conversation that we had, Sea Wind, and we'll go over that at the end of the episode. But first, let's head over there to let's head on over to the Reddit, man. So, everyone's favorite, r/am I the asshole?
Am I the asshole?
Oh man, and usually, if you have to ask,
chances are you're going to get hit with one of my badly chopped together spams of yes memes.
So here we go. You ready?
Oh, yeah.
All right, man. Let's rock and roll. Okay. Am I the asshole for help? You know what? Actually, I'm going to have a little fun with this one. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Am I the asshole for helping one daughter buy a house but not the other? Background. I have two daughters, Annie, 24, and Sarah, 28. Not their real names. Duh. Annie is about to graduate with her social work degree. Yes. She has a job lined up in a new city. When Sarah graduated, we gifted her with a family trip to Australia. We spent 2 weeks there, and the girls loved it. They both went to top universities. Humble brag. Current situation. Due to the current world situation, Sarah was laid off for a few months, but eventually got a new job that makes a lot less than she used to. She's going through her savings, but seems to be doing all right for now. She hasn't asked for money once. She's considering going back to school to change careers to technology field because her field has been having issues since everything closed down. Annie, however, is set on being a social worker. Her new job is in an expensive city to live in, and as a social worker, she won't make much money over the course of her career. Not as much as Sarah eventually will, if she returns to what she previously made, or if she gets a job in the tech field. You hold your opinions over there. I can sense the key flow change.
I'm still formulating. I need more detail.
My husband and I agreed to put a down payment on a house for Annie as her graduation gift. We also pay the first year of her mortgage to allow her to save up and adjust to the cost of living in that new city. It's not far from where we live, whereas Sarah lives in a completely different area. We've been house hunting and found her a nice house in a really safe area, and that's on the higher end, but safety was a huge priority for us because she's a woman living alone. Annie has already started moving her things in and asked her sister to help her move in. Sarah didn't know we bought her sister a house and was a bit upset. She did help her sister move in, but doesn't really speak to us that much anymore. She used to come round every once in a while, but doesn't call anymore. We asked Annie about it, since Sarah doesn't really answer us anymore, and Annie said that Sarah was upset about the difference in gifts. We tried to explain that Annie has a master's degree, so the difference makes sense. Plus, it wasn't a safe area like where Sarah lives. I didn't think it was that big of a deal until Sarah started pulling away. We can't really afford to buy both of them houses, and we already signed the papers for Annie's new place. My husband agrees that Sarah would be happy with the gift she received since she had fun while in Australia, and is only upset now because she thinks she deserves more. Annie is a bit torn, but agrees that she needs her new place. I bet she does. But she gets where her sister is coming from. My mother thinks I'm not treating Sarah fairly, and that she should get something as well. But Annie will eventually take over paying the mortgage, while Sarah might not be able to, because she doesn't make as much as she used to. Now, to add some context to this, further on in the conversation, our esteemed mother here then shared how much the trip to Australia was. $10,000. Meaning about $2,500 a person. But, Sarah didn't get that $2,500 into her pocket. Now, did she? No, it was spent on the trip, all right? Annie is not only getting that house, they not only are doing the down payment on the house, but they are paying her mortgage for her for a year.
Annie, are you okay?
So I gotta know. I have my opinion, okay? I really do. Yeah, madam, you are not just the asshole. You're possibly one of the biggest assholes I've ever actually seen. Nah, like, we don't have money to buy houses for both of them. So then don't. Like, if you can't treat your kids equally, right? If you can't treat your children equally, don't try to compare a $10,000 vacation to something that's basically going to cost you upwards of $50,000 to $80,000, right?
Yeah, this is where the assholery comes in. All right, so buying one particular, and then this is only because I have this stuff happening around me with actual relatives and stuff, and a little bit of personal stuff too. But the act of buying the house isn't inherently what makes this person an asshole.
No, not at all.
It's all the context she gave around it. Like what? Why even bring up the trip as if it was comparable?
And the fact that the husband's like, she's only mad because, she's only mad, because she's like, oh, well, I only got a vacation, but she's getting a house. Well, yeah, you got a vacation. She's getting a house. It's totally fair.
How many years apart are these kids? Like
4.
4 years? That's not enough, because you can't even give like, okay, their circumstances were different by the time this child came versus when that one. Nah, that 4 years is pretty close.
Right.
That's close enough.
Like, there's a 4-year difference. One of them's going back to school to get a better job and everything like that. So it's like,
so Sarah's the one that's going back to school, right? The older one, the one that went to Australia, or the one getting the house. Who's going back to school?
Let's see, just so I can make sure.
The one that's making less now.
Sarah, the older one.
Okay,
the older one, the one that's getting, the one that.
Okay, and then Annie's the poster child with the master degree and it's making more money. All that good shit.
Does not want to change. Well, no, she's the one that Annie's the one with the master degree, and apparently that's what makes the big difference.
We get you a house because you got the master degree. And now they say they're getting this house for Annie. Now, does Annie own this house? Like, is she?
Yeah, it's for her. It's gonna be her house.
Because because
it's in her name. They
they
just paid the money for her, and they're paying the mortgage for her for a year. My thing is, maybe y'all could have just got her a condo in the nice side of town, and then done the same thing for Sarah. Like, you can't do that. Those things are incomparable. A vacation versus a permanent living arrangement.
Now, and here's my question too. She said something about Sarah not asking for money. Did Annie ask for this house? Like, what was it? A situation where at graduation
she never clarified, but she did specify. It's funny that she points out that Sarah's never asked us for anything before, but we're just gonna go ahead and give Annie a fucking house.
Yeah, because I could see if like, hey, what do you want for graduation? Anything you want. And then Sarah's like, I want to go to Australia. And then Annie just happened to be like, oh, I want a house. I can see that almost. But the way that way that she explained this shit.
Yeah, it's like she didn't want the trip. Y'all were just like, yeah, and it wasn't a trip for her to Australia. Let's be specific. If we're going to do that. See, you say you can almost see it. This is what makes me go, nah, fuck that. It wasn't a vacation just for her with another $750, with another $7,500 in her pocket. It was not a vacation for her with $7,500 in her back pocket, right? It was a family trip to Australia. So all 4 of them got to go. So this was like a summer vacation for Annie while she was still in fucking school.
Yeah, so Annie got it too.
So Annie got it too.
She got the vacation and the house.
Annie got the vacation and the fucking house. So how are you saying that? Well, one got a vacation, she got the. No, Annie got the vacation and the fucking house and the more expensive degree,
which I'm sure she also didn't pay for.
Most definitely did not. So you kind of gotta wonder. What do you mean? Am I the asshole? They tore her up in this comment section, by the way. She actually, the reason why I don't have more images is because she actually deleted the post while I was pulling pictures.
Damn. In the middle of
delete, because she was getting eviscerated. Like, there were people that were like, holy shit, the favoritism. My thought was, is one of them not yours? Like, is this like a blended family? This felt like a blended family move. Yeah. And like, you know, Annie, the younger one that's getting the house and got the vacation, is the dad's daughter. Yeah. Which is why he was like, nah, Sarah just bitching.
Yeah. She's from the outside. From extramaritals.
I noticed that she said my husband, not Sarah's father.
It sounds like extramaritals.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, this is a guilt house.
This is a blended family. This sounds like a blended family. You know, like maybe she got a divorce and they remarried and they both had daughters around the same age, right? And the one who's the dad's biological daughter, or maybe, you know, he married a single mom and they had a kid together. Regardless, whichever one is biologically attached to the dad is being treated way better. And that's just my little headcanon theory.
I can see that.
Because it tends to be that way in blended households. One kid gets treated a lot nicer. Matter of fact, I can back that up because, you know, after my granny passed away, and for the short time that I did live with my mom and her new husband, his kids, they were allowed to do whatever. They like maybe the son would get grounded on occasion, and that would be it. Me? Oh man. I step out of line one time. Door off the hinges, everything unplugged, can't do nothing but go to work, which of course, you know, I worked. Can't do nothing but go to work, go to class and come home. You know, no wonder I fucking jumped at the opportunity when that recruiter was like, hey, you want to let your parents sign the rights away and let you, hell yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, brother. I'll jump right in the back of the Humvee right now. Shit, send me to Afghanistan right goddamn now. Don't even train me. Just get me out of here. You know what I mean? Like, when you've dealt with that kind of favoritism, you can sense it. And I'm just saying, might be my bias a little bit. You know, you can call me out on it if you want to.
Oh no, I went through the same shit. I'm dealing with it right now. Like this shit that's going on with my back teeth. Interesting history. So I was supposed to get like oral surgery and braces, all that good shit when I was like in high school, because I have, as I just discovered the other day, I don't know how every dentist missed this for like 30 something years, but I have an extra set of wisdom teeth. And so they push against my other teeth, and then they cause all sorts of pain and problems and shit because they're growing against the teeth instead of coming through the gums and shit. And so this was supposed to be taken care of back then. All right, so my mom, she gets a settlement. For some reason, her and my sister, they the luckiest, unluckiest, however you want to look at it. But they done been in like accidents or things that happen with doctors or whatever. So many of these shits where they ended up being able to sue somebody. And so, and it somehow I ended up losing a lot of those. I don't know. You win some, you lose some. But anyways, so she had a settlement around this time, and could have been, this pain could have been relieved, all sorts of things. But she ends up buying, among other things, my younger brother got like a dirt bike. Like it was shit like this. And part of the justification was that I kind of had like I'm the oldest. I kind of had like a support system, like my father that raised me, and then my grandparents or whatever else, like they helped with certain things. And the younger two, they didn't really have like their dad wasn't around. He was a drug addict and left when they were little and this stuff. So it was almost like a guilt thing. Like she felt like she had to do certain stuff for him to make up for that. And there's this long like chain of events that you could say that could lead up to it. Because like for instance, if my granddaddy hadn't run off my biological daddy, then maybe my mom and him would still be together, and then maybe the younger two wouldn't even be here. Who knows? But the case in point or whatever, me with my consistent migraines, I ain't trying to hear that you buy fucking dirt bikes. So yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Like, and I'm still dealing with that shit now or whatever. Like I ain't never get that dental surgery. Come to find out, I might be getting poisoned by like a on and off infection on the tooth that they could supposedly fix, but didn't do the crown the whole way that they were supposed to. So yeah. So all that for a fucking dirt bike. So fuck Annie.
Annie.
If you can't buy everybody a house, fuck you.
Right. Look, don't flex for one child if you can't do for both. Like that's not that's just wrong. Like that's wrong, and Sarah's right to stop talking to you. She is. Sarah knows what she's worth. She's like, you know what? If I'm gonna do everything on my own anyway, then fuck you. It's not like I got that vacation to myself. I had to share that with y'all and Annie. But Annie doesn't have to share this house with me. In fact, she had to help Annie move her shit in, dude. Mm-hmm. You had money for the house, but not for movers.
So not only did Annie get to go to Australia, Sarah, who did not get a house, had to help her move her shit into the house.
Right. And the lady actually acted like, I have no idea why she's not talking to us.
Yo.
Bruh. You're lucky she helped her move any of that shit in. Honestly, you're lucky.
Oh, that's hardcore, yo.
Like, nah, man. Sarah said, this is the last shit I'm gonna do. I'm gonna help you move, because you know what? You didn't do this. This isn't your fault.
Yeah, it ain't your fault, Annie.
It ain't your fault.
I ain't mad at you.
I ain't mad at you, Annie, but I ain't coming over to this motherfucking house ever, because every time I walk through the door, I'm gonna be mad as hell.
Oh, man.
They got insurance for you? Yeah, why? No reason.
Just asking.
Sarah gonna come in there. Sarah gonna come in there like my ex used to come into my apartment, just trash that shit and leave.
The electrical fire.
They'll pay for it. I'm sure they got the money.
No, they're gonna pay all right.
Pay through the nose. But nah. So let's go ahead and let's give the rating here. Let's give the judgment. Let's go ahead and drop the rocket hammer on this one. Is she the asshole?
Not the biggest asshole I've ever heard of, but you damn sure get in the club. You have access.
Yeah,
access.
You're not sitting outside the club on this one.
You got a membership.
Yeah, you get a membership to the Brown Starfish. You get a membership to the Chocolate Starfish Club. Right up there. I dare I say it, you up near the front row. All right. You right up there with like 50 buying out concerts so nobody can hear a nigga's music, okay?
No, that's an asshole.
That's how much of an asshole you are to me. I don't care what nobody says. I feel like the icing on the cake for me was Annie got to go to Australia. She got the house, and Sarah had to help her move her shit in. How do you tell somebody they are not the favorite without telling them they ain't the favorite? Man, nah. Chocolate Starfish Club for life, platinum membership. You and your husband that tried to justify that shit by going, nah, she just jealous.
No, you know what? She in front of 50, because at least like we know 50 does that shit. 50 knows 50 does that shit. This woman is oblivious to the fact that what she did,
right,
was some asshole shit.
Isn't it amazing? And then the fact that she went on the internet for validation and then was actually shocked that people were in the comments going, "No, yeah, you're a fucking asshole." There was somebody in there going, "Wait a minute, I feel like you're the asshole. You're just hoping that one comment says you aren't, and it's not happening. not from the angry millennials of Reddit. No, not for those of us that are going through the housing crisis currently. Not for those of us whose rent got raised, just this year. Like, you go through a pandemic where nobody's able to work, nobody's able to find jobs and stuff. Food prices going through the roof, gas prices going through the roof. The cost of living is insane. And on top of that, landlords raising rent, and you got the audacity to not just buy the house, but then pay the fucking mortgage for a year.
Knowing that your other daughter is going through circumstances out of her control, I can also sympathize on that shit. Cause when I went into college 05, business degrees with that shit. By the time 09, the year I graduated came around, with nobody hiring them because you had the economic downturn, the housing market crash, shit that happened in 08 or whatever. So that wasn't Sarah's fault.
And she got the audacity to be a damn social worker. You know damn well social workers don't make no money. You know they don't make enough money for you to live in a high-end neighborhood, and yet your parents set you up that good. Get out of here, man. No way. How about you do like your sister and go get a degree where you gonna make some money? I think it's really messed up that they're like, well, Sarah's gonna be making enough money when she gets her degree. She's not gonna need it. You know what?
Justification.
And you know what? She probably won't. She won't need it. She won't need you. And you know what? You best hope you'll never need Sarah.
Good boy, if she the next Belina Gates.
You best hope you do not need Sarah. Okay? That's what y'all need to start hoping. You need to have your fingers crossed that you don't end up needing her.
Yeah, Sarah gonna pop off, yo. She gonna make that next big shit.
Sarah just gonna wind up being the next like CEO of Google or some shit. She ain't gonna look back. You know what I mean? Like she gonna Zuckerberg somebody and just usurp a tech company. Like you know what, Sarah? Best of luck to you. Okay, like you're gonna make it. All right, you're gonna make it. Like coming from a child of adversity, you're gonna make it. Like you're gonna make it. All right, you're gonna do great things. And you know what? Take this as a lesson. All right, take it as one of the harshest lessons you can ever learn. That sometimes not even your parents got your back. So you know what, madam? I'll say it again. Yes. Yeah, you know what? You know what? I'm gonna make sure that I get me some assistance on this. Yes, too.
Yes.
Yes. You are, in fact, the asshole. And currently, creme de la creme of assholes, like I said.
Creme brulee.
Chocolate Starfish Club for lifetime membership. You and your husband. Okay? We're going to go ahead and take it over to our next topic, guys. Now, it will blow your mind to know that for those of you that didn't tune in to the other episodes, that Macon does in fact have its own Reddit. And not only does it have its own Reddit, I troll that Reddit. And I don't mean literally troll. I mean, I just kind of troll through it. Just kind of scroll through. Because, you know, again, I just... The Earth culture, man. And Macon's just got just sublime Earth culture. But, you know, I've noticed a very particular people use the Macon Reddit. You don't hear anything about crime. You don't hear anything about any of that stuff. It's almost like they try to keep it a little cleaner than things are. You know, they specifically talk about things downtown and everything like that. You know, I actually gave up on going to news articles for the most part for Macon because it gets depressing after a while. Like, it really does. Because, like, you can never seem to find, like, good news. It's all, even when you do find good news, when you do a little more digging, it's a double-edged sword. Like, yeah, Macon economy is about to pop off. They're opening a casino. Yeah, on the poor side of town, using the shell of the old mall that's surrounded by lower-income communities that already have issues with gambling, you know?
It just reminds me of the Keno machines at the gas station. Except it's the Buc-ee's equivalent of the Keno machine.
Man, you ain't lying.
At the gas station.
By the way, would you like to know something very funny about those Keno machines? Did you know that after a certain amount of time, they just get pulled from the gas station?
Just pulled?
Because they're illegal. They're actually illegal. So you cannot actually have them. But the thing is, once you start making enough money off of them and not doing enough of a payout, they come in and they fine you. So after enough people waste all of their Social Security and, monthly allotments on them, then they pull them out and the state gets all their fucking money back.
There it is.
But you're still able to buy lotto tickets, right? But anyway, so I went on to the Macon Reddit, okay? And if you ever want to hit me up on Reddit, u/excellent_pension_42. I didn't pick the name, but I found it fitting anyway. So I decided to ask people about the downtown experience. And of course I had to hit them with the, "Hello there, fellow Maconites. So I was sitting here, chatting it up with a friend about life and brainstorming ideas for a video, which got me thinking, what are some of y'all's most memorable moments hanging downtown? Good or bad, doesn't matter. Just feel like it's always fun to share a good story or two." And you go ahead and you percolate on that, man. You think on what your favorite downtown experience is, and while you do, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna share some of the answers from the community. How's that sound to you? Sound good to you?
Sounds good.
Alrighty. Right off the bat, playing the giant Connect 4 at Macon Beer with my son.
Oh.
And as I put it, that's just wonderfully wholesome.
Yeah, some wholesome shit.
I needed that, right? And this is why I ask these kinds of questions. Because, it's like, hey, you might get a couple of but when you get the sweet ones, you get the sweet ones.
Yeah.
Next up, Just Tapped Beer Festival pre-COVID was so much fun.
That's what's up.
And I already said it here in the thread, should be making a comeback this year, so don't lose hope. And that's actually a true to statement thing. The Mavicats will be involved with that too, with our affiliates through Triangle, as far as I know. So yeah, for those of you that are wondering, that's a go this year. It's back, baby. All right, Macon's getting back up on her feet. She's stepping out. All right, much like the good people of Harlem started to do when the crime started to get cleaned up and everything. Lady Macon she's got her shoes on. She's looking good, and she's stepping out again this year. All right, so y'all don't lose hope. Okay.
Oh, we got invited to Bragg Jam. Collective Space and them doing a showcase thing. Shout out to them.
That's another thing. Yeah, shout out to Collective Space, and of course, my favorite scout. My favorite scout, Sage. I apparently I'm viewed with some veiled mysticism by the young man, and I appreciate that. I do a lot of what I do, so that young creatives like him can get out there without no stress. I'll take the brunt. I will hold the line so that y'all can go out and do your thing. All right. So the next dude, and I loved this one. Met my wife while I was walking drunk to BJ's. She was sitting outside of the TikTok room, and I walked up and said, "You are beautiful. Want to make out?" She said, "Let's talk first," and 4 years later, we celebrated our first wedding anniversary.
Wow.
And I'm like, who doesn't love a truly direct approach? Good on you, and congratulations to the both of you, because that's sweet.
Worked out.
Speaking of Bragg Jam, this next person. Bragg Jam pre-COVID was a lot of fun, with a group of friends who would drink and explore downtown bars and music venues, having no clue what kind of music we would be hearing before it started. Everyone we ran into seemed to be doing pretty much the same thing and bar hopping while trying to catch some good live music. Hopefully, this year, Bragg Jam will be back to all its former glory. No, my friend, it won't. It'll be back better. Better.
Faster.
Better. Faster. Stronger. As if blessed by the All-Spark itself. Okay? It's gonna be great. Also, just going downtown to grab some delicious food, hearing live music being performed outside, and walking down the alleys that feel a little dangerous even when they are lit up is always good times. You know, and I just went ahead and said it would be great for us all to get out and about again, although I sometimes feel like the 2 years of COVID made folks forget how to socialize properly. And of course another person just responded, God, I can't wait for Bragg Jam. You know, that's just
really
the energy right there, man.
That's the only thing keeps me going
That's
around.
just the energy right there. And a lot of people are just
Bragg
like, oh my God, give me some Bragg Jam. I just want
I
Bragg
need
Jam.
Bragg Jam.
Just need Bragg Jam so bad, please. Yeah, and I'm like, yeah, I can't even be mad at that. I love it. I really do. Eating at the Crystal at Riverside. You know, after the bars closed and feeling that... Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I actually skipped. Hold on, let me go back. Got robbed at gunpoint once. And then a person responds to that. Eating at the Crystals on Riverside in second, I think, and the bars closed and feeling this situation was imminent.
Yeah, it's like playing Russian roulette. Like you go get them eats. You know some shit could pop off.
Yep.
That's why you gotta make a lot of friends. Like you gotta make friends with every kind of person because you can't get robbed if the nigga that robs people hangs with you. You know where they at.
And I had to say to him, you know, it blows my mind how often this happens, even more so that nothing ever seems to get done about it, even when there's witnesses.
Yeah. Because you'd be surprised. Like they talk about the crime right here, but then a lot of it, it's like 1950 Spider-Man comic book like type robberies where it's like you just go throw Sandman in jail and then he'll be out and you'll throw him back in there again. It's not like
it really is,
man.
Yeah,
like most of it is just shit like that. Like they know your name when you get down there to lock up. Be like, Frank, is that you again? Man, how your mama doing?
Right. Like they're on first name basis with everyone, you know, and it's like an old Western, you know.
Yeah.
Well, welcome back, Jack. Howdy, Sheriff. It's like, dude,
drinking again, Jack.
Lost your temper again there, eh, Jack? Sure did, Sheriff. Well, sleep it off. We'll talk about it in the morning. Get you set up with the judge. Get you back home. Now, don't you dodge out on your court date again. I won't, Sheriff.
Holy shit! Do you think it's because now this is a theory? Do you think that because all of our grandmothers back in the day used to sit and watch Andy Griffith when you would come home from school and shit? Do you think that's why? Like they grew up to be like it's like that, you know what I'm saying?
Considering the alarming rate and the alarming rate in which a lot of us were raised by our grandmothers that watched all those shows. Yeah, I do.
No, it makes sense now.
As long as you're on first name basis with the sheriff, shouldn't be so bad.
I can see it now.
Next person. Hanging out on Cherry and 3rd Streets after the Red Lamp Lounge closed down for the night. Red Lamp was in Dempsey Hotel downstairs. Downtown then had a different vibe, and I do like the direction downtown is headed in now. Big improvement.
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah.
Not a collective effort?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and I was like, it does seem more welcoming these days, which is great for the city as a whole. Thanks for sharing, because really, you want to make sure you engage with people, right? You really do. Another wholesome post. Drinking a beer, playing Mario 64 with my young son at Reboot.
Reboots this shit.
That's perfect, as I said it. Perfect dadding, sir. That is perfect dadding. Good job. Good job.
Games, drink. Yeah, I love that place.
The next person. The Christmas lights have now become so awesome. The music and the tunnel of lights you walk through. We always used to drive to Atlanta Botanical Gardens to get that immersive experience. I wish they'd had that when my kids were younger. Now I share that magic with my grandkids and young niece. See, that's what's up, man.
That's what's supposed to happen.
That is literally how it's supposed to be, all right? You don't leave it like you found it. You leave it better than you found it, right?
Yeah, right.
I had my first date with my wife at Reboot. That's a nice memory.
What?
There you go, man. There you go. Let her
What's
win.
up?
You let her win, didn't you?
Let her win.
You did. You let her win, didn't you? That's
Nah,
okay.
she whooped your ass. You know,
Oh, you think so? She probably.
she had them sticks.
That's what made him fall in love, bro.
Yeah, he was like, oh man,
Nah, I'm a challenger to some Marvel vs. Capcom too.
she ain't gonna beat me.
She ain't ready for this smash melee. But oh my, I've never seen such a flawless. Air smash from a Zelda. Marry me.
Came in with that BB hood and gave me that business.
Man, I'm telling you. Seeing business come back to that area is quite refreshing. Another person. The Cherry Blossom Festival in the early years was top notch all the way around. It's awful now in comparison. So I had to ask, well, what makes you say that? And this is where, and I think we'll have a fun little chat about this afterwards. Well, what makes you say that? I hit him with. I'm a complainer, I guess. And
It's a real ass response.
And I'm like, well, not necessarily. Maybe you just grew out of it over time.
Yeah. It's fun when you were little and they give you free cherry ice cream and shit, but then when you become an adult and you have to be the one dragging your kids down, then maybe it feels different.
Now check it out though. After I said, I don't know. He goes, nah, I think you're on the money there. I miss the street party. Doesn't feel the same since they stopped doing that. And I'm like,
yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, I could see it.
Yeah, they done made it a fair, like you go down to the.
Yeah, they've made it more accessible to
park,
families. Yeah. Like, and here's the thing: is that always a bad thing, though?
No.
And it's like, and when I said, well, yeah, maybe you grew out of it. Well, maybe the Cherry Blossom Festival outgrew you. Not everything can just be a street party.
Yeah.
You got Bragg Jam for that.
Yeah, we got some diversity of events now.
Check it out. You got Bragg Jam. You got the beer festival. You got Bragg Jam. The food truck festival that comes through here. You've got several things that are just kind of a walk around, get drunk and party atmosphere. Let the families have something. Just let them have something. And Cherry Blossom brings so much attention to Macon, and honestly, a lot of revenue. And a lot of the people that were a part of it years and years ago are now seniors with grandkids and great grandkids and stuff like that, and they want them to experience that too. So I can see one side of it, but at the same time, if your definition of it sucks now is it's not just a party, then I don't know what to tell you, man. Maybe you're just a pessimist. I don't know. But that is that for the Reddit. So, what do you say we get on to the last one?
Yep, let's do it.
We get on to that last little topic.
Last bit of business.
We get on to the next business, next order of business, next addressee, the crew critique. I'm ready for it.
Crew critique.
I'm ready for it. I really am. I really am. But you know what?
Why?
But if you want the crew critique, you're going to have to tune in next time. That's right. I bamboozled you.
Cliffhanger.
Put you on that cliffhanger. I'm starting to be a true YouTuber, okay? I tell you I'm going to do something, and then I'm like, part 2. I'll do that next time. Yeah. That's how it rolls. But don't you worry. I'll be back at it. And what if I told you? Energy Master Allah will be there with me for it.
I'll be there. Look over your shoulder.
But I'm gonna need y'all. I'm gonna need you to hit that like. I'm gonna need you to subscribe to it, man. All right, it fuels me. I'm not trying to fall into the whole narcissistic YouTuber thing, but really, you invest your listening into me, and I will continue to invest my creativity into y'all, and let's grow together, man. I really want to do that. But anyway, I'm gonna head on out of here, man. All right, it's maximum burn time. I will see y'all tomorrow.